So we reviewed Scooby-Doo Zombie Island on the Kino podcasts, and the opinions were split. Erich was blinded by nostalgia, but me and Mumke were aware of how unfunny the dog had become. You might not know this about me, but I really love animated shows, so it really breaks my heart when so much effort goes into something that's truly unfunny, such as this appearance of Scooby-Doo the dog. I'm the dog! The rest of the movie was a decent little mystery with a cool ending, but just the jokes with the dog are the cringiest cringe that ever cringed.
I didn't know you had a dog.
Dog? Where?
And then we watched the first episode of the original Scooby-Doo series, and it was, well, not funny per se, but it wasn't cringe, but there was no writing to speak of. They introduced like 2 human characters, and then did 15 minutes of Scooby-Doo hijinks, and in the end, when they pulled off the mask, it was one of the 2 men we met earlier. A big surprise! Basically, there wasn't enough time to devote to the mystery because the gang had to be running around smashing things mindlessly while being scared. In Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, we start out with the gang living their own lives after the show had ended. Daphne is a successful TV host recounting her Scooby tales, while Fred is being a simp for her. Velma is an author, Shaggy is of course terrible at any job, and Scooby-Doo is a menace to society. But they still long for the times when they went on adventures together. So of course they get the gang back together, but this time they're looking for real zombies, none of that fake shit. It's written like a meta look at the show itself, but not so self-aware that it turns into Velma 2023. All along the movie is kind of funny, but every once in a while it just grinds to a halt with a horrible Scooby-Doo sequence where the dog is so unfunny that it makes Taika Waititi jealous. 3 out of 10. And I just wonder, did these people know what they were doing? Did they just accidentally include some of the worst jokes in history into their cartoon over and over again?
Didn't know you had a dog.
Dog? Where?
Who brought this dog?
Dog? Where?
I think not. I think I misjudged this movie. I think these writers knew how bad these jokes are. That's why they're not doing the laugh track anymore. They wanted to tell a story that is better than this, and they have, in between the bad jokes, and they want you to know that Scooby is insufferable. They want you to know that they can't do their job and tell a good story unless they include this infected mutt into their show. People won't watch it. The only way they were able to succeed was by piggybacking their quality movie onto this horrible hound. And they won't let you forget it. Oh, you signed a contract and it says that 40% of the movie has to be Scooby-Doo hijinks? How about we just reuse the same 3 dumb jokes 10 times each? You didn't specify that that part had to be good, did you? Is this what you asked for? You want the dog? You got it! What does a dog do? He chases cats. He eats all your food. He's going to murder all these innocent cats. And he's the real reason why Shaggy is so skinny. Because he keeps stealing his food. You think you like dogs? Let's see if we can change your mind. We're going to make these Scooby-Doo segments as bad as we can possibly get away with, so that the rest of the writing can shine in comparison. And it worked. Well, on me. I thought this dog is awful. Let these talented people work on something else without the dog. Well, no thanks. You dragged this movie down on purpose so you can lift yourself up. You made Scooby-Doo look lame so that all your other writing can look good in comparison. To me that sounds like you suck at your fucking job. If you're so goddamn good, you could just make the whole movie amazing. If you're hired to do a job, you should do that job well. If I was hired to make a movie about Scooby-Doo, I'd come up with the most amazing jokes for the old mutt. It's a semi-talking dog. You could have made him amazing. You could have let us see true humanity through the eyes of a dog. But instead you made the joke of Scooby-Doo misunderstanding the same word 10 times in a row. You're hacks, and this movie is pretty mediocre despite your high talent. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island is not a subversive masterpiece, even if it tries to be, but it's watchable enough. 6 out of 10. What am I doing here? This channel is supposed to be the opposite of this. This is just another pretentious movie review that the audience won't agree with. I'm just overthinking a baby's movie. Am I just as bad as the movie reviewers who I vowed to destroy? Look, the audience likes this movie. It probably is the best that the Scooby-Doo franchise has to offer. Am I out of touch? No, it's the kids who are wrong. The audience just thinks this movie is good because of nostalgia. If you guys could watch this with fresh eyes like I did, you would see that this isn't hot shit. But nostalgia is valid. If you like something because of nostalgia, you still like it. It's not your fault that your brain is soup. In fact, I like it when a movie turns my brain into soup. I clapped when there was Star Wars. I liked when they brought back Palpatine. I know it wasn't good for the movie, but I love that guy. What's even the point of movie reviews? Maybe I'll just review comics next. Would that be better? By the way, can you guys hear the birds? They're crazy loud around here lately. It's a regular birdemic. It's a real problem. Well, if you haven't heard bird sounds all along this video, you probably think I'm talking crazy. Oh well, subscribe.
Like, he's putting his finger in your butt.